What's going on, believers? Are you smarter than a third grader? Because that's a question that gets asked on TV all the time. And guess what? You always think that you're smarter than a third grader, but even a third grader could see that they're being manipulated by the cryptocurrency market right now. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to find that out. First, we're looking at the crypto market over here. We're looking at the Dow Jones first. Dow Jones says that it's down about 4%. We're going to call that 4%, 3.88%. So we're calling it down 4%. And our fear and greed index, it's at 44. So we're in fear, but let's face it, this is not fear. Generally speaking, as a rule of thumb, if the Dow Jones is down a specific amount, then Bitcoin's usually down double. Is it down double? Well, no, it's not down double, but it's kind of close. It's still down a significant amount, right? So it's a little bit more. Ethereum should be down double what Bitcoin's down. So if Bitcoin's down 5%, Ethereum should be in the 8 to 10% range, just to 7.58 to 10% range, just to be on the safe side. But is it there? No, it's not. But the merge is making people feel kind of good about it. So let's move down here. Binance down 2%. So altcoins generally go down even more than Ethereum because they're less stable and more volatile. Now, you do see that, by the way. You do see Solana's down 10% over here. You see Dogecoin's down 8.6%. But what about Cardano? Cardano is trading about even on the last couple of days, even with this massive dump. Polkadot, which is up today, is down 2.6% over that period of time. Shiba Inu, kind of in line. Shiba Inu's been kind of excited by things. 2.4% and up 5.4% on the day for Polygon. So it's shrugging off what looks like a catastrophic dip in the market. And it's not really. And we're going to show you that in just a few seconds. But, going down the list, every once in a while, you'll find one. Some of our old faithfuls, Avalanche, some of the blockchains are down a significant amount in that 10% range, where they should be based on where the stock market is down. But generally speaking, the rest of them are not. So that begs the question, why? Why is Cosmos Hub up 9% on the week still? Why are the rest of these tokens not falling? Why is EOS up 9%? Why is Chili's up 20% in the last week instead of down? Why is everything still kind of pumping? Look at all the green that still exists in this market, even if the rest of the market seems to be dumping and the market cap is disappearing. Well, the answer is the market cap just came right back. It just came right back. It didn't come, however, into Ethereum. It didn't come into Bitcoin. And we're going to look at that in just a second. Now, the question then becomes, well, what exactly happened? So I'm going to take you on a journey here. First of all, we're going to talk about Bitcoin liquidations. We had Bitcoin liquidations, and this is 367 million in liquidations. You can see the longs and shorts. That's the green and the red over here. And then you can see that what's happened in the last 24 hours, about 113 million. There's a lot of liquidation. We're talking about 475 million, right? That seems like a lot, doesn't it? Oh, but wait, when we actually had big liquidations, this is when we found out that Elon Musk, I hope one day you watch this, you paper-handed Jeep. But Elon Musk, that led to $1.05 trillion in liquidations. That led to the day before 400 million in liquidations. The day after, that led to 600 million in liquidations. The day after that, 550 million in liquidations, and it continued on. And then we have another event over here, and this event comes in on July 17th. $728 million in liquidations. These are the moves. These are the big moves that we're making over here. Then right here we have Celsius. When Celsius sold off all of their holdings, then we have these gigantic numbers of liquidations that are happening. They're organized liquidations. Then we have over here longs getting liquidated over here for a total of 600 million. In 2 days, we don't have the liquidation rate. And I apologize. This was the Celsius move over here because Celsius was August the 16th, and that's when we found out that they were able to sell all their Bitcoin, and that's when they dumped all of their Bitcoin onto the market. So this is when we see that happen a couple of days later, right? So now, why is there nothing being liquidated? Well, the answer is because you're being manipulated. We have talked about this. I've been covering this for a period of time. We're looking at a chart right now. This chart right here, this really should look familiar to any of you who've been following me for any length of time. this is the chart that we kind of mapped out a long time ago. And you see, we're still going back here. We poked out at the 24,000. We poked out here at the 24,000. We popped up into 25,000. We just poked over what really was and what had been established as kind of a line of demarcation here. Now, we can argue about moving it around so that it touches a few more points of contact so that it makes you feel a little bit better. And if you need to, then we can do this right here and we can move it so it's right there on more points of contact. But then we have to come back down here and we have to see what's happening over here. And what's happening over here is this confluence of this line right here of 20,747. We've just been fighting this one since the Celsius move. This is the Celsius move when they liquidated all of their Bitcoin holdings that they had mined. So that's when we saw all of this happening. And then let's clear that back off. And then let's look. This is where we are right now. And what's happening is we're not falling on a real line of support. We're falling to around 20,000. We're hovering in that area. Ethereum's doing kind of the same thing. We were watching Luna Classic for a long period of time have just a nice little pump. We're watching Matic have a nice little pump. All of these things being the case. Where is the massive sort of liquidation? Well, I'm going to call it right now. This right here is some market manipulation. And Garrett Soloway is an investor that we've talked about, and we've seen him on many different channels all over the place. He's an intelligent guy. He's a market master. He's been doing this for a very long time. His analysis the other day said, and he was on Altcoin Daily if you need to go look at it. His analysis basically said that he expects a little more pain. He's not sure if this is the low right here. He thinks that we might test a little bit more low because you see over here it's 17,567. He says that the possibility certainly exists that we could flash down just a little bit and go beyond that. But he expects in the next 6 months that cryptocurrency market is going to start ending up in this area, that there's going to be a massive move in the next 6 months as these markets start to feel themselves out and they start to make corrections as the process gets felt out. I think he believes that we are headed for an enormous sort of upside run. Do you know why? Well, the reason for that is because the RSI indicators are telling everybody that we are back into the reversal. This is the reversal. When we get on the run, this is where it all kind of starts. This is where you get these little green candles that start to pop up every once in a while. This is when you see that the market is now doing what you were hoping that it would do. Now, first of all, there's capitulation. We've received capitulation back over here. This is when we got it. This is probably, in my opinion, and I'm not Garrett Soloway, by the way, but this right here, this is the end of it. Now we're going to hit this. We might even have a little more pain. We might get down to 18.8. 18.8 seems to be the next line of demarcation here. But from that point, we are going up, or at least that's what these charts really look like. When you start to evaluate and you start to play these out, there's always an indicator that you can look at that says that we're going down, but there's also an indicator that says that we're going up. When you're looking at technical analysis for a chart, you are looking for something that you never really find. Like you're always just trying to guess what it is that you're seeing. By the way, when you see this right here, and I'm telling you that I'm seeing this right here, then we go look at it from a parallel channel perspective, and we do this, and then we do this, and guess what? We're hitting those points, right? Now, when do we stop hitting those points? So that says that we would hit it right around. If this continues down, it's going to hit the 18.8, and then it's going to bounce its way back up here into the 20,000 level, 20,800 level, something like that. Then I expect the market to reverse, and we're going to pick up over here. Now, this, back to the Dow, this is a gross overreaction to what happened in the markets on Friday and Jerome Powell making his statements at the Jackson Hole. The Jackson Hole Symposium, he basically said that we're in for some more pain, that average Americans are going to feel more pain. But what he also said is that the worst he thought was behind us, and that we were going to start to see some improvements and that they were going to stay on top of it, and that this economy is surprisingly robust. So with that being said, I think that we're about to make a move. Let me move on here. We're about to make a move to an upside. And is it going to be a great upside? No, we're not there yet. What we're going to do is we're going to mint a candle that looks a little better. We're going to mint a candle that looks a little bit better. And we're going to continue to mint some better candles for a little while now that we've reached this new sort of bottom area. Now, preface this by saying anything can happen. Anything can happen in this market at any time. But it's my belief that we've hit a new bottom. We've talked about this new bottom. If you go back to all my charts and you look at all my charts, it's really following exactly what we have said over and over again is probably going to happen. So the next thing is, since we're doing this, then we're going to say that the next step is for it to go. We're going to flip the switch and we are going to start going up, up, up for a little while. Again, because we've hit that bottom one more time. We just had a higher bottom. And when we start to look at it and we start to map it out, then guess what? We now have another big channel. And when I do the next technical analysis on how these things are playing out in this next and how this chart is kind of looking, then it's probably going to look a little bit more surprising because guess what? It's all about parallel channels at this point. So we're going to see some massive moves. We're going to see some weird things. We're going to see some great days and some bad days along the way. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to see it all together, and we are all going to prosper. I know I might have talked your ear off here, but it was important to let my opinion be known, let you see the data, let you find out that this just really looks like a manipulated circumstance and an overreaction to what amounts to a giant nothing burger. It's not financial advice. My name's Bleaves. I'm always right. And you guys be careful in your trading out there.
I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways